Hello and welcome back. My name is Britton from Greenbrier Vintage, and on Thursday I decided to go and check out the One of a Kind show in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I am based out of Hamilton, so I bought a round trip ticket which included a round trip GO train ride as well as admission to the One of a Kind show. And I went down to Toronto from Hamilton for the day to Exhibition Place to go check out, because for their 50th year anniversary this year, the One of a Kind show decided to introduce a vintage section, which of course, being a vintage seller, I was very intrigued and curious to check out. Normally, the One of a Kind show sells handmade items from artisans across Canada, and this year they decided to introduce this vintage section, which, to be honest, I actually was midway through the application process back in the summer. I started to fill it out and I was seriously considering whether I wanted to be a vintage seller at the first time they were doing this at the market. I decided against it, but I still wanted to go and check it out and see how it was. I chatted with some of the vintage sellers, and I also had some friends that I knew that were selling, so I wanted to go and show my support and see how the market was going with the new vintage section. I heard they're actually going to be doing a vintage section again in December 2026. So if you missed this time around, you could always go and check it out later. But join me as I go down to the One of a Kind show and check out the vintage section as well as some other booths around the market for the day. I have been to the One of a Kind show before, but not in many, many years, and this is way bigger than I remember it being. So I don't know if they've added more space, or this is always how big it was, but this is massive. I didn't realize how big it was going to be. So I'm going to scan this map right here and then figure out where to go.
But the fire is so delightful, and since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned away.
So I guess these two parts, A and B, are the vintage section. So where that red sign starts, this whole aisle all the way down, and this whole row all the way down as well. So let's go see what they have.
Into the big bag.
This booth is House of Copper. I love their display. It's very beautiful.
I cannot take credit. I'm just working today. So, card's not working?
No, she can't take credit. She's working. That's
These little cookie cutters are so cute. I love the styling in this booth. Everything is gorgeous.
I think for Shopify, I don't think it states it in the stores. So it squared.
Alright, here's a booth called Rewind Vintage Niagara.
discount. I know, we should have said that. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, these are super cute. Vintage Albert Nadeau embossed copper plaques made in Canada.
There's a pair of them. Those are nice.
I like this one.
I really like them.
Here's a vintage clothing shop called Wild Thing Vintage. They have a little change room back there, which is nice. Oh, Acorn Archives is here. All right, this is the booth of Acorn Archives. They sell everything paper related. I love all of the old maps. There's vintage advertisements, some pictures, lots of bird prints. Everything looks so nicely designed, and I love this green curtain in the back. These shelves are fantastic. And then also some little cards over here and some vintage matches as well in the boxes. Look at all these botanical prints back here. So I love everything. The booth looks fantastic, and this is Acorn Archives. Here's a booth called Vintage Baby. Really nice size. I like how they've organized everything in here. Lots of great clothing pieces. I love all the cable knit sweaters. I love all the plaid. They did a really good job of organizing this booth. And also lots of denim with some kind of embroidered quilted patches on it. It's really nice. I was admiring these sweaters that are here. This one is so soft. This is like a vintage Gap. They have nice. Oh, they're in Kensington Market around Toronto. Vintage Baby. This one's super, super soft. All right, here's the booth for Blue Buttercup Vintage. Lots of great vintage home decor, and then all of this is vintage Christmas. Apparently the ornaments have been flying off the shelves. All these boxes of vintage ornaments are a hot seller this year. Beautiful display. Look at the tinsel tree over there. I love all these vintage ornaments. All right, this is Wild Thing Vintage out of Stratford. Look at all the cozy clothing.
Special demonstration by the Dolce Culinary School, showcasing holiday-themed French pastries and
I like the setup.
happy flavors demo area.
Oh, look at this sweater. What a cozy sweater this is. Alright, I've finished with the vintage section, and now I'm going to go and explore the rest of the market. I thought the vintage section actually went all the way back, but it turns out it's just this section up here. So I think there's about 20 vendors in the vintage section. I just got this beautiful handmade quilted bag from Hip Chick Design. I love it. This is a really cool booth. I love all the bright, bold colors. It's all wool. Canadian, Ontario-made wool. This is the Christmas market section. I'm only in section L, and I still have to do all the rest of this. I didn't remember how big this actually was, but I just stopped and had a little bit of lunch, and now I'm in the middle here. It looks like a really, really cute Christmas market section with the carousel, and it has trees, and then it has all these different food items. Hello. Oh, thank you. I'm coming to see. We just sampled some delicious marshmallows from this booth, butter, and I realized they're based out of Vancouver, I think. I realized I actually have a cookbook, a baking cookbook by this, so very cute shop. Brightside General booth. Brightside General sells at Studio 205 with me, so I want to come see her and look at all her cute things that she has. I love her display. It's so cute. I'm down in the food section. Check out this cookie booth. It's called Robert Street Cookies. And what a fantastic looking booth this is.
So it's $41.50.
Some of the displays and setups here are fantastic. And that's a wrap on visiting the One of a Kind show. I didn't get much footage after this because I had to rush to catch my train back to the parking lot in Burlington to pick up my car. But I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and seeing a little snippet of the One of a Kind show and the new vintage section that they introduced this year. I can't do a haul on this video because a lot of the things I bought were gifts for family, but I did get some tasty marshmallows for myself and some hot sauce, as well as that bag that you showed in the video. So thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it so very much. Have a great day, everyone.